Hi there, this is Roderick from Toy Masters Video Magazine. I'm here the last day at Big Apple Con at Pennsylvania Hotel. And I'm here at MONARCH-COMICS. And we're here with Vincent
Ferrante.
What's up, Vincent?
How you doing?
All right. So, what do you got here?
Witch Hunter is a book that I started a number of years ago, and the tagline for the book is "Witch hunts aren't about hunting witches, they never were." And people tend to like the spin that we've put on it, and that he's essentially fighting the powers that be that hide in the shadows and point the finger of blame at everyone but themselves. He hunts the hunters, and he opposes the darkness without being darkened by it. So essentially, there's a big conspiracy, and they're trying to create this new world order by getting everyone to fall in line with themselves, and he's sort of championing the the underprivileged and the disenfranchised by protecting their magic before people steal their power and use it to create whatever world it is that they want. And he's been going around trying to exactly figure out what the cult is trying to do and what their long-term goals are going to be.
And your main character here is Witch Hunter.
Witch Hunter, right.
You grab up the book there.
Okay. And it's a 48-page first issue special because we just wanted to make things a little bit more like they used to be. A lot of times when you buy books, you might not get necessarily much more than the main story, and it might be a short one. So we figured that with all the stuff that's coming out, people really need to have a little bit more extra value. So we gave them a 40-page main story, and then we gave them backup features like a schematic of his witch watch, so you can see exactly how it is that he tracks people. He also uses it as a dimensional tuner, so he can go through any mirrored surface and go to anywhere in time and space that he needs to track whoever he needs to track. And we also gave you some extras in here, like a public disservice announcement to show that he crashes parties if he needs to. We gave you some advanced pages from issue 2, and extra stuff like fake ads with clues in there about what's going to happen in future stories. And just a little comic strip about lies that your parents tell you that actually come true. People tend to, and we also like to do back cover painting too, and that's the woman in black. She's more like an anti-hero. In the beginning she's hunting him because she's forced to, and then she realizes that the consequences are worth just going off on her own. And a lot of women have been responding to this really positively because essentially the goal of the Scarlet Circle is that you're not part of the administration, you're the enemy. So you're either with us or against us. So what they're saying is that there are no more independents. If you practice magic, you either work with us or you get eliminated. So she is forced to work with them, and then after a while she realizes it's not worth it anymore, so she just goes off on her own, and then she winds up becoming hunted as well. And people tend to like Witch Hunter because he's very irreverent. He doesn't really let anything bother him, and they find that very empowering, that he opposes the darkness without being darkened by it. And they like also the fact that there's a twist on it, that he doesn't hunt witches, that he likes to basically champion anyone that is being persecuted. And everyone believes that reality is not what we're told that it is. And what I'm using in the book is that the Scarlet Circle is behind every government, every corporation, and what their goal is, how they're actually sucking the power and the magic out of people, that remains to be seen. But I think everybody in these days feels like they're having their power sucked out in one way or another, and this sort of puts more of a metaphoric spin on it, that it's actually physically happening in the book as opposed to reality. It's kind of happening psychologically or politically, and in this book it's sort of magic is making all that happen, and using people's personal power to change the world somehow, taking it out of them and giving it to the Scarlet Circle, whatever their purposes are. And he likes chocolate chip cookies quite a bit. I wanted to make him a very pedestrian type of, I didn't want to make him so above everybody else. I wanted to make him an icon that people could aspire to, but also somebody that people could identify with. He's just a regular person who's just been put in extraordinary circumstances. And he doesn't really let things bother him too much, and I think that that's another thing that people really like about the characters, that who wouldn't want to oppose the darkness without letting it, do anything bad to them. So they like the fact that he smirks a lot, and that the powers that be hate it when you call them idiots, so he does it more. And I think people like that too, is that he doesn't let anything bother him. So this is kind of like his trademark type of pose. It's like, it's really nothing to worry about. It's going to be alright.
And when does the book come out?
The book it's actually been on sale for a couple of months in this form. This is actually our third printing that we're going to. So we've actually had it online for sale for about 8 months now because we wanted to really have people get a look at the first issue. And there's so many independent companies as well as big companies out there. You really have to fight for attention. So we wanted to give people a lot of added value in a bigger story, more extras that you really don't get to see anymore, and also let people know that it's going to be beyond just a book. I mean, we're having prototypes made of statues and action figures of the Woman in Black, of Witch Hunter, and of various other characters in the book, because people like when, not everybody's going to want to read the book. Some people are going to like the characters because they find their personalities or what they're about empowering, or they just want to wear it. So, somebody might just want the shirt or they might want the action figure, but all of the ideals in the book are going to be encompassed in these characters. So if you have necessarily see a person that doesn't read comics but they really like her because they feel that she makes them feel good, they might want to just get something that's associated with her. So we're trying to position it that the idea behind the book is something that people these days feel like they have no power, in the light of elections and everything becoming so fast and such short attention spans these days. People really don't feel like they matter as much, that they've become more numbers. And what he's trying to do is saying, you have power inside you, don't let people steal it. For books, and I think from the myths that we used to read, you really need to make things very, very clear-cut and basic. So whereas in our world, if you vote for a particular person or you buy a particular product, whether or not you realize it, you're having your power taken from you. Because they want you to pay attention to this, they want you to buy that so that you don't see the bigger picture. In the book, to make it kind of more storybook or fairy tale, when you buy that product or vote for that person or go to that spiritual service that maybe is not what it says it is, just by attending or by buying the product, you're having the power literally sucked out of you, sent somewhere else, and stored. And what they're storing it in a capacitor somewhere. Whatever they're using it for, that remains to be seen. That's what's going to slowly unveil itself in the book. When people ask me how can I best describe it, I guess it's kind of like the X-Files combined with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So that's really the best analogy that I can come up with.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Vin.
Yeah, I really appreciate you talking to me, and I hope everybody likes enjoying the book and the other stuff that we're going to be coming out with.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Roderick from Toy Masters Video Magazine.